you know, I have EnVyUs very favored in this matchup.
Yeah. Actually, I think in my head, I didn't look this up. I think the last tournament they won was actually this tournament in March.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, they have definitely,
they've
they've definitely gone downhill as a result.
Yep.
So a lot of people are already like looking at like when's the next French roster shuffle. I think it's too soon to call that. There's a lot of teams. The problem is there's so many tournaments right now that we haven't seen all of the top teams at one tournament in a while. So ESEA, ESL is going to be good for that. The next major is going to be good for that. But it would be really premature for them to jump away from it already and say, oh, we're abandoning ship. That's a North American mentality.
Yeah, and I mean, look at it this way as well. Like, yeah, you have StarSeries now, but then coming up the first week of July, you do have the ESEA, ESL one, and then later on you have the next major in Cologne as well. So you have a lot of big tournaments coming up. So there's like no real reason to just do anything at the moment. Just, you know, like go over what you're doing wrong. Take this tournament, for example. You know, you come in here, you do have a few teams that's like, might be able to give them a run for their money, like specifically Navi.
Yeah.
You know, that game for me will be like the tournament highlight, because I really want to see them play.
I'm going to go out on a limb and actually say I think Navi can win this tournament over Envy. And I think Envy, again, you highlighted it, they're slipping. Navi's at home. This crowd, listen, I haven't been to Sweden yet. Hint, hint, you got to get me there. Come on. But everyone says the Swedish crowds are nuts. The crowd here, of all the crowds I've been to, is by far the most enthusiastic that I've seen.
Okay, speaking from experience, this is the tournament that we lost, the very first tournament we lost. This was at StarLadder versus a Ukrainian
And it was a home team. Yep.
I have, like, they were so good. They were so good. And
Did you
they
cry
always
a
play
little?
like that. Huh?
Did you cry a little?
No, I didn't really cry. But then I think, like, for the most part, we lost. I think we won one StarLadder, but then the other ones we never ended up winning. So it's very difficult to play here, and not because of the the PCs or anything like that. It's just that, like, obviously the Ukrainian teams, they want to perform, you know? It's their home country, so it's a given. And then especially for Navi, like, Navi's going to be insane at this tournament.
Navi should be.
They lost. I mean, they finished second just a few days ago versus Fnatic at DreamHack Summer, and then coming up up to the final, they've been playing good. So.
Yeah, and they actually won EPL not too long ago, which was kind of like the monkey off the back. It was the first time they won an event away from Ukraine in a long time, and I think coming into this, they're the most on-form team. Guardian looks insane right now, so I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them take down EnVyUs based on that. But again, we're starting off with EnVyUs versus Gplay. For Gplay, got the second chance, I guess third chance according to NKL in the interview, because they did have two brackets that they went through first, and then the sort of shootout match between them and Existence. And they took that convincingly. And the last time that I personally saw Gplay when I was casting was in a qualifying match. It was online, no less, but it was against, for the CPL, the Counterpit League, against Mouse Sports, the new Mouse Sports lineup, and that lineup was a third, or 60%, 2/3 of the old Penta lineup, and was a directly invited team, the Penta lineup. So they were essentially playing a team that was already qualified for the league, had to do it again, where they switched rosters, and they actually took them to 3 maps, and it was close in all 3 maps. So Gplay's got some talent. It's just whether or not they can transfer that now that they're actually on a stage.
Well, yeah, that's the main issue, I think, for Gplay. You know, I don't think I've ever seen them in a tournament before. Well, I've seen Victor, I've seen Spy Leader. The other 3, I'm not too accustomed with. But in terms of LAN, what do you call it?
LAN gaming.
LAN
gaming, being out of LAN, being on the stage.
LAN plays. No, but in terms of going to tournament and stuff, they don't attend a lot of tournaments. And then you have EnVyUs, they attend a lot of tournaments. So yeah, you know
what the funny thing is, being North American, they say they don't attend a lot of tournaments. They probably attend more than most North American teams still. Like, Europe's just got so much more.
Probably.
I missed you guys. It's good to be back.
Probably. But yeah, that's not something they have going for them. Yeah, they might be playing like super well online, but coming in here, this is going to be the first real test, I think, especially versus a team like Envy.
And they actually had a decently long flight. They said they had like an 8-hour layover in Istanbul, and the plane was delayed due to issues or something, and so it took them a bit of time to get here, even though they're already in Europe. So we'll see how they come out. It's early in the morning, but again, the jet lag shouldn't really be a factor because they didn't change time zones.
I was going to say there isn't even a jet lag.
No, they're just jet tired from being on a plane. That's a term.
Okay.
I'm going with it.
Okay, that's completely fine.
Yeah, well, and again, I mean, they've been here. I think they got here. I think NKL said yesterday morning, so they had some time to shake loose and
it should be fine
and settle down.
To talk about that, actually, Gplay, I heard that Dan and DDK and Threat was here super early today, and they were saying that Gplay arrived like 5 minutes after, and then you see that. So they were probably warming up for a good 2 hours. Then you have Envy. They arrived 40 minutes before the game starts.
And he's like, we've been to LANs.
We'll
show up.
We've done this before.
We run the show. We're going to get there. Gplay's like, oh, LAN, let's go.
They're actually the ones we're waiting for right now. I'm kidding. They're like, oh, we need more warm-up.
Actually, as we say that, it looks like we're going into the start of it right now. So we should get the knife underway and see who starts out again. Best of ones. Starting side, it's dust. It's not like it's as important, but starting out a side on a best of one, this can give a big advantage early on. Yeah, and I think for Gplay's part, I read somewhere that they're actually really decent, or they're pretty decent on their T side. It's just their seat side is a little bit shaky. So for them, I would hopefully they win the knife, or maybe if EnVyUs actually choose to. NKL actually said before the interview that was we just showed. He actually said to me when we were off camera. He said, I said, how's best of ones? He said. Well, the problem is, it's you win the pistol, win the first gun, and whoever accomplishes that, it's pretty much a hard climb after that. So their goal.
No, okay, well that's a stretch.
Sure, but he basically said that's going to give a massive jump. It's not like you can definitely get back into the game, but it's not like you have another game where you can rely on if that slips away too fast. So I guess the point he was making is that they're definitely going to want to get a really quick start against these guys.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, just to counter what he said, keep in mind you're playing both sides. So let's say you start T and you do get the pistol. There's nothing that says that the opposite team will do the same. It's obviously I'm point out if you lose both pistols, yes, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Basically, just lose a bunch.
The weird thing is, as a caster, and I guess it's the caster's curse, but there's a lot of games where I'll say, "Oh, they won both pistols. They should easily win this game," and then they get eco'd. Yeah. It's like, all right, never mind. That cancels it. And actually, speaking of ecos, we're against EnVyUs.
How much do you want to bet that EnVyUs will win an eco?
Yeah, well, I would say we'll probably. I'm gonna go. You want to put a specific number?
Yeah, like a percentage. So I think that
if they play like they should, they shouldn't have to eco that much. So I'm going to say they'll win. They'll lose one of the pistols, win an eco after a pistol. But in actual rounds, I'll say they win 2 ecos all game.
Okay, all game. Okay.
Well, I don't think they're going to have to eco that much if they play like they should.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. And we are going live.
We are going live.
You want me to answer the question as well?
You answer the question, and then we got time.
I think 3. It all depends on how warmed up Gplay is. If they're actually going to be playing to their online standard. If not, then actually Gplay did choose to start CT. They won the knife. They opted to start on the CT side. So
we'll see how their defense unfolds for them. Pretty standard formation. They've got 2 toward mid, so they are looking to try and shut down EnVyUs immediately if they want to walk through those doors. No smoke out though, so that allows Shoxy to put some damage in towards Spy Leader. In fact, he's down below 50 HP and he's gone. Shox takes him with the second shot from the Glock. This might open up an opportunity for them to push through, but they're actually going to fall back and try and take tunnels.
Yeah, good entry. I was gonna. Do you hear any in-game sounds?
I don't hear in-game sounds.
I thought it was just me.
Just your beautiful voice.
Hopefully that the guys at home hear some in-game sounds. Well, we do see a B push here.
And it's going to actually be all onto, unfortunately, NKL, who is completely outnumbered. They already lost Spy Leader in middle, and that means Envy still with 5 players up. They're going to have a bomb down on B. It's going to be a really hard retake right now from Victor and from Bubble. Nade goes in, not going to do a whole lot. Stack up too, so Envy's going to see them coming. In fact, they've already spotted Victor, so they'll fall down, and EnVyUs Smiths, he takes out Victor before he even gets through the window, and the flank came through from the 2 remaining players. Smith and Shox, they pushed all the way through the tunnels, and that'll do it. EnVyUs do get the first pistol, and they start off well.
Yeah, I mean, that was very straightforward. EnVyUs just do a regular standard setup in the beginning, did some damage in middle, they did get the entry, and then just fall back, threw a smoke into B and just rushed in and slaughtered Gplay, basically. So, solid round for Envy.
And no surprise, we're going to see SMGs come up right away. So Shox, NBK, happy. They're all going to have one of their own to work with. Look for the extra money, and then Kiyoshima bought completely out. He's on $0 after the end of the round, or end of the dead time, I should say, as he goes for that AK. But already, EnVyUs is going to start off by taking down Victor. That said, though, Bubble, he's on 28 HP, and he's going to drop. No, that's Spy Leader, excuse me, that goes down to Happy as well. So 2 kills from that SMG already. That's big money, and they're not going to stop. Bubble drops now on Elevator. And the pistols, the 5.7s that they did buy into, haven't done anything in return. So good start. Again, efficiency here from EnVyUs. They haven't lost a player so far in this match. I know we're only 2 rounds in, but point is their economy's building because of this.
Yeah, and for Gplay there, when they lost the first 2 guys on the A bomb site, they should just fall back with the other 3. Just save the armor and the weapons that you have. Because chances are, like, you want to take a gamble when you buy rounds like these. You don't have a scout, so you can't do the initial damage when you only buy pistols. You either want to try to stack, smoke middle, and just stack somewhere and just try to hope and they go into your push. But when you just spread out like this and you end up falling, when you end up losing man by man, just save for the remaining 3 that you have, and you can still use them for this round, for example.
So no force up, nothing special. They stick with what they had. No upgrades required on EnVyUs' side, but they're going to rush B super fast. Dreamer's waiting to lose his HP down to 10, and MBK flashed out over top of the wall, still manages to get Shocks to close out the kill, and Smiths gets one with the scout headshot onto Spy Leader. Finally they get a kill. It's Bubble to take down Shocks, but that's all they've got so far. 3 rounds in, but they will still be able to get out guns in this round, and we'll see what the response is going to be.
Yeah, good push by Envy, knowing that, okay, they didn't save a single weapon, they don't have armor, just rush B. Because they had the scout in the middle as well, so they saw how many that crossed. It's like, okay, 2 guys crossed to B, just rush in.
So FAMAS for NKL, as he was one of the ones in the second round that actually bought up armor and went down, as you said, and the rest are going to be on M4s. No head armor. They are against AKs, doesn't make that much of a difference. But not a lot of nades to slow things down. They've used 1 smoke already on long, as we can see. They've got 1 more left on Dreamer, but the utilities otherwise are pretty scarce. Nade goes out now from NKL. That leaves 2 flashes on him, and that's it. They've only got 1 kit as well. That's on Bubble.
Yep. But we'll see here. EnVyUs opting to go towards B. They're actually faking out long, which is, I think is quite smart. We'll see if this actually works out. You see here in Gplay, they're not rotating.
And Victor actually, interestingly enough, caught Shocks, who got through the smoke in behind Bubble. So that was the first kill, but EnVyUs, like you say, on this fake, they managed to take B completely open. Smith's dropped down, dropped the bomb on the way in, but they'll pick that back up, and Spy Leader at middle has to figure out exactly which side they're going to be on, because he's going to have calls from either site. And he's figured it out that the bomb is actually going to be on B. First Spy, does he look for exits? Or does he just save? In fact, it looks like he's going to get very passive and just try and hang on to this M4 as best he can. So here's what NKL was talking about. They lose the first pistol. They've lost the first gun. And I know you countered that point, but he was the one that said it. And how does this play on their confidence? Is he going to react to what he said? Is he going to take his own advice here, or is he going to just man up?
I was going to say that as well, like considering he was the one who said that, and this just happened now. You know, are they going to leave the server now? It's like, okay, we're done. We're done. Nothing more we can do here. We lost. No, but yeah, again, you know, if EnVyUs can do it, and so can they, right? In terms of like getting the pistol, getting the first weapon round, and they did manage to save a weapon. I'm actually quite surprised at Gplay. They were quite smart with not over-rotating. When you saw the fake from EnVyUs coming out long, they just held their ground at the B bomb site. They couldn't really. They didn't get the payout for it though. I think they got 2, and then they just ended up falling. So a bit of a shame. They read it correctly, but EnVyUs too strong.
So Spy Leader plays long solo. Now he's got 1 kill to already work with him. It's Victor that's actually pushed toward Pit, so he actually snuck in behind him. Smith is going to go through mid, though. Deep smoke, but nothing to cover off CT, so they want to take these fights directly. They've already got B now as MBK is going to take down Dreamer. Need to be careful, though. Bubbles made it into the tunnels very quickly, and Smiths may not have heard that. He does find Spy Leader. Swaps to the pistol. Might get Victor as well. Doesn't even matter. It's already over on the other side as well. Bubbles dropped, and it's going to be 5 rounds now for Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, and it's been 5 rounds, and Gplay's gotten 4 kills so far. So it's sorry for wrecked at the moment.
No, it is looking rough. There's no question. Yeah. You can't deny that.
Gplay does not deserve for wrecked. But we do see the first op now coming in for Gplay.
And it's Bubble that has it. Again, though, that leaves him with no utilities. They are in a better spot than they were in the first gun round, though, because everyone else does have nades up to work with and help delay. Bubble's looking mid. He wants to catch anyone going cat. And EnVy are just grouped inside middle. They know, obviously, guns are going to be back up. This is Gplay's next chance to be able to take a round. Flash comes through. Bubble pops out. Nice shot on the first. Going for the slide. Needs to be careful. One's already pushed up a lot closer than he expects, and it's Kiyoshima to get the kill. But NKL, he responds immediately, drops Kiyoshima down. And Gplay, they completely take back middle. Really good rotations out of A. And Spy Leader's got another one. Add it to Dreamer. He'll take down MBK. More kills in that round than all of their others combined, and they get their first.
Yeah,
Look at the crowd, too. They love it.
Yeah, I mean, 2 great kills by Bubble there, just stopping the B splits. And this is something they needed. Like, they needed someone to stuff up. Even though it's just 2 kills, those 2 kills won in a round. So,
oh, they hit each other. Bubble misses the smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, EnVyUs. They're going to put one out for them.
You see here from EnVyUs, they're actually taking advantage of the fact that Gplay, they're playing very passive, so they go very aggressive, take over mid very fast. Gplay should find a way to punish them for that. Like push cats, maybe even try to pick mid there 1 round.
This is an interesting late rotation from them as well, because they had actually a player up toward the choke point on Catwalk. It was Spy Leader that got in position, and now they've pulled him back onto the A site. They've taken Bubble with the op to car, which I agree with, but the problem is, okay, now this is exactly what I was going to say. They need to let Spy Leader get in towards CT now, or they do give up mid, and not only that, a drop player would be able to put pressure on the op. So Dreamer takes down MBK. This is a good opening, and Spy Leader's rotated accordingly. He's going to get in behind the door. On B, though, look at Smiths. He'll take down NKL, and they're going to go further than that. They get in. It's Happy it actually kills Smiths by accident as they cross over each other. That allows Spy Leader to get the trade, and they take the man advantage back. This could have easily been a 2-2 situation. Instead, it's 3-1 right now from Gplay. And again, Spy Leader, talk about good rotations. He goes all the way from the A site and ends up in B. And that, I mean, that's smart. That's wise, because for a minute it looked like they were going to leave, made it completely open.
Yeah, but I think we do have a piece of problems. We're going to see a pause here coming in real quick. They're already up looking at the issue though, so it shouldn't take too long. And it was indeed Shocks that lagged out in the middle.
And just for the record, while we've got time to talk about it as well, there's still tons of money left on EnVyUs' side. They'll be able to buy up into this round again, but Gplay getting 2 consecutive does give them a bit of confidence, and their mid-control does actually, you said it, EnVyUs was taking it very quickly and with authority. Now that's actually slowed them down a little bit. Gplay's actually figured that out, so does this start to play with EnVyUs? Do they go back towards catwalk, slow it down, play picks? They haven't really put a lot of pressure long aside from the second round.
Yeah, no, I think EnVyUs is just going to play like normally play. They don't tend to change up too many things. They like to play it fast. They like to run around, like to shoot some heads. So you're probably going to see the fast mid push coming in almost every single round, unless they're actually forced to save one round, or if they opt to do a fast long push or even a B rush.
Yeah, and Gplay, a lot of teams, you can bring up NIP, you can bring up TSM, you can, in some instances, bring up Fnatic, but they put a lot of pressure with their defense at long. They'll go up to the 3 long, they rotate back, slide through CT spawn, which we saw the slide that time from Spy Leader, but they're not putting as much pressure long. They're actually only putting 2 players there and 1 toward Cat. So it's like they're splitting their attention. I don't know, how do you feel? I kind of like the fact that long is going to be the first point of contention based on timing. And you can still get to Cat. You give up a lot of space. I mean, what's your take on that? What's the best approach?
Well, every team has a different approach. So for Gplay at the moment, they just, by the looks of it, they're playing a retake basically, and they want to hold, for example, long. If they come at Cat, okay, that's completely fine. We'll just try to retake the bomb site when they decide to plant the bomb. Then you also, like you're saying as well, you have different approaches to it, right? You can put people on catwalk, and you can also put them just by the car. You have an AWP there, you have one guy along, and then you have one guy CT spawn. So if they do end up coming up, you can flash over, and the guy from CT spawn can just rush up towards the A ramp and just try to contest the area.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really, so for example, in NFP, that's something we used to do a lot. We had this guy in a car with like peeking with the AWP. If they come up Cat, we just wait for everyone else. We do have long control. That's the most important thing on the A bomb site, to have some sort of control. Long is normally the best
retake position?
Yes, because you can get them from both CT spawn and also from long. So the only thing that the T's really have is sight and catwalk. And the only thing you need there is like, yeah, if one of the B guys, they have a Molotov left, they have nades, a smoke, it doesn't really matter, since you're basically just charging the site, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, and I mean, the AWP position from car is super strong.
Yeah.
You can control the angle so easily, but as long as you have, like, in this case, it seems like it's Victor or Spy Leader early on. As long as one of those two is down toward long, wins that exchange so that they keep control of the pit area, that will allow Bubble to actually control his angle. If they lose long and he's at car, then he's got a problem, because he has to focus long, give up the site, and if he goes down, then it's all over. They lose that retake position. So, but I mean, if they can win long, TSM example of Kerrigan, who sits in pit forever, and NBK, a lot of times actually he'll sit down there forever, and they know that's going to allow them the control and take advantage of that angle on A. So we'll see if that plays off. Right now it's going to be actually 3 toward B out of spawn this time, and that's because Bubble wants to take the AWP directly to mid. He's not taking the fight at the split though, not up toward T spawn. He's actually holding this angle toward Cat every round, as MBK opens it up by taking down Spy Leader. NKL at the doors in mid. He's definitely going to hear them. Smith catches Bubble, so he wins the AWP battle. It's a 2-man advantage now for the French, but NKL pops out. Perfect time. Almost takes down Smith. Very low HP. Wants to get this second shot. Needs to avoid the AWP. Either way, he's won his exchange. He's got 1 plus almost another. Smith's on 10 HP, and he's going to rotate very quickly back toward Cat and smoke it off and play the support role, because he knows they've gone past him. Flash comes out, though. That catches him. Allows Shocks a little bit further over toward Quad, and he knows he's on the ramp. He's just going to hold that angle, make sure he can't pop up. As the bomb gets recovered, it is still on catwalk. They have the option to go back, and meanwhile, Victor's going to push long and try to get behind them, but nice shot by Shocks. NKL gone, sight open. But as you're saying, this is the retake position. They do have one coming up from long. Meanwhile, there was a late rotation from Dreamer at a B. He's still inside the B site, just heading to mid now.
Yeah, it's coming to see the spawn.
Good shot, though, from Victor. That's one done. Now he's got his teammate in position to help him out. They know Kiyoshima's on catwalk. Victor wants to get another, but running out of ammo, has to duck the head behind the box. That allows Shocks to get Dreamer, so it all comes down to Victor. And unfortunately, Kiyoshima could slightly, just barely see his backside from Catwalk, so he gets the kill. But that almost turned out well for Gplay. If they had hit that shot on barrels, Kiyoshima would have had a hard time retaking against 2.
Yeah, and the EnVyUs were a little bit sloppy. They only have that one guy coming up to the A bomb site because they heard the rotation coming in from Gplay. The guy in CT spawn, they just rotated up to A, and then when I believe it was Happy when he went down long, they knew that they had 2A. They could just go B, but instead, you know, they went A anyway. They left the bomb towards Catwalk just in case NBK went down.
And this forces the hand of Gplay as well, as they have to use just the one M4 from Victor. The scout that was out, Bubble lost that. It's going to be a FAMAS. Actually, excuse me, that was an op because NKL's picked that back up. So this puts them a man down, but they've recovered. They've split the defense. The problem is Spy Leader getting aggressive toward Catwalk like that. Rather than playing a passive safe spot, leaves himself super exposed, and Smith takes it. But good recovery from Victor. Gets one. Needs to hit the second, but unfortunately in the A1, 20 bullets not enough in that case as MBK pops back up on low HP. 10 again. Same as last round, and he'll get the kill.
This is
What a
again,
shot.
you know, NKL at this point in time, they don't have that much money. Just try and save the op, and that's exactly what he's doing. Did you see the round by Shocks? That's EnVyUs stuff, I would say. That's something that catches a lot of teams off guard when you know that you can punish the team for it so much. You throw the regular smoke down mid, and then you just rush down mid. You have one guy flash out mid for you, and you know you try and go for the opera because he knew that the opera was there, and chances are he was going to be peeking towards Catwalk, so he's not going to be ready to actually spot someone running through the smoke like Shocks did. So that was a great entry.
The bomb is just going to go down now because EnVyUs were sitting on Catwalk hoping the last player would show himself. He never did. They stayed grouped up so they wouldn't drop any weapons either. They want to build the bank. So NKL, he may get away with this, although not quite. He does have a player chasing him down and Happy, and now his position's given away. So the rest will join in the chase. They won't even need to. Happy's got the kill already. And 7 rounds now for Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, and just basing the money here from Gplay. Not that much cash coming in. Victor can probably buy. He should have probably bought a scout because he does have the money for it. But for the others, they should just save here, which is exactly what they're doing, I believe. Yep.
And Victor went for the P250, so he did spend a little bit of cash, but not much. 2 flashbangs out. NKL. Spy Leader had the other. That's already been tossed out, so they want to get aggressive on this peak. Shocks punishes them for it. Still partially blind. Catches Victor on the slide, and now it's Kiyoshima to take down Dreamer. So I admire the efforts from Gplay to at least try and take the fight directly to them, potentially win a trade and pick up a weapon, but EnVyUs punish them. They do get 1 kill in the end, but it won't matter. I mean, look at the bank. NBK's got 76.
Yeah.
Dyslexic moment. 7s and 6s, man, they're hard.
I mean, they have money.
That's
the
the
way.
point.
They have that though, and they have plenty of it as well. Like Smith's 10K, well, 9950. But he has some money. They have some money to spend. And here you see, is this going to be the first long push here?
And finally, yeah, it is. And Victor's going to win that battle. Has to go for the reload again, though, as they do seem to fire a lot of bullets on the Gplay side and find themselves in awkward situations. Smiths gets 1 back. That's Bubble to go down. MBK, oh, he's going to get 2. It's Victor, peeks back up. Thought he had the shot, couldn't find it. Meanwhile, Dreamer, though, he's doing well with this op. He's picked up a 3rd in the round, and he's turned it all back as Shocks finds himself in a 1-on-2 with very low HP. Does have the bomb still. Has an AK, and he's heading toward the B site. So this will force 1-on-1s because Gplay are going to have to respond to this.
No, they should be smart. They should be smart.
Stick together. That's what they're going to do. So they'll figure this out together.
Because he was the guy. He was the first initial guy that came out from long, and he did get contact. So they probably know that he's headshotted even.
Smoke out. Let Smith's cross. He'll plant it as far out in the open as possible.
Oh no, you don't want to do this though. Don't spread out, Gplay. But this is. I mean, if Shocks wins this, I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
I'll solo from here on. Well, Shocks is going to wait inside the smoke. Needs to be aware they've split up because they are coming in, and now he's going to know. And Dreamer, he gets the call from his teammates. So split up, but still come in at the same time. They'll pick up another round. And I like that the crowd applauds the underdog, but you have to think this is doubly because they know EnVyUs is the biggest threat to the home pride right now.
Exactly.
So it's like, let's get on their nerves early.
Exactly. I mean, just to give props to Dreamer, like he shut down the A-bomb site completely. Like
he won that round.
Yeah, massive shots coming in from him, from the A-bomb site. And at the moment, I must say, like, okay, 3-8, they're on the CT side. I need to do math here, but I was going to say 4 more rounds coming in, you know, left to play. They might not end up with a super bad scoreline here in the first half.
Oh, that flash. The timing was perfect. Spy Leader couldn't actually spot the man that went above him. On the catwalk, so Shocks gets by just for free. Now Spy Leader, he's going to get blinded again. This time he knows they're there, so he tries to spam away on that NOA boost, and they don't find anything for it. And look at the HP they've lost. So smart play. They wanted to get the read. Unfortunately, it backfires.
This is when Shock is feeling it, he's going to do this every single round. He's just going to run around, do whatever he pleases. You know, he gets the flash, he just runs up. Most of the time, he's going to be all by himself. But you do have the help here coming in from NBK.
Bubble, though, he gets 1 kill. This will slow the push down a little bit. NBK, he's on his own right now in the A site. Manages to take down Bubble. Now this will bring the bomb. Now EnVyUs are going to join him. They've all come up catwalk. If he lost that kill, I dare say they would have gone B. Shot come over from Smith. Tries to find the angle up on top of the box. Can't nail it, but they will get catwalk. Spy Leader, he drops. Fire out, though. That'll block off the bomb plant towards catwalk. They'll have to wait a little bit as it gets down to a 2-on-2. The fire actually does take down Smiths from the grave. Spy Leader gets 1, and Victor pops up. What a great retake from Gplay.
What's happy? He has like 10 HP. He's going to run into the Molotov anyway and just burn to death. He wants to plant the bomb. He's like, really wants to. Yeah, 2-on-2 again. Gplay initially started off very slow on the bomb side. Yeah, they did get the entry, and then the guy with the 100 HP, he was the one peeking, and he ended up falling, leaving the one guy with 10 HP left on the bomb side. Retake was good, 2-on-2 situation, managed to clinch that round back, and it's a 4-8 scoreline in favor of EnVyUs.
So Bubble is playing that car angle already by default, and he's got a man out toward long in the form of Victor. He needs to win that battle. We talked about this, but Spy Leader's already rotated to mid, so they've got a double mid presence with 1 in B. EnVyUs, meanwhile, they're stacked mid, and it looks like they potentially think about going through. Shock's going to spy him away. Spy Leader just barely out of harm's way. And that may cause Shocks to overlook it when he does push through the door, if they push through the door.
Yeah, positioning here. Gplay is opting for a little bit of a mid presence. Yeah, and you were completely correct.
Good trade, though. Spy Leader does get Smith. MBK, he gets the slide. NKL tried to go for that bounce flash off the wall and then pop out using his own play. Unfortunately, it backfires, and now they're going to come in from all angles toward B. Dreamer has to find the first, can't. Happy gets him, and he had a player lurking to his right in the form of Kiyoshima regardless, so it would have been a hard position for him to be in. That brings us back to a man advantage and a smoke covering the door to allow a bomb plant on B right now from Team EnVyUs. In fact, they're going to push through that smoke. Aggressive, but Victor, he catches Happy lurking already. That allows them to get deep inside the B tunnels as he comes all the way from the T spawn. Again, he was the player that waited out toward long. Kiyoshima, though, finding Bubble. Now they know exactly where the last man is.
Yeah, they get double peek here as well. Yeah, good B split by EnVyUs. As you were saying, Shoxy walling that corner and not peeking it after. Smith just ran out. Got completely slaughtered with the initial frag. But the crossfire wasn't just there. So you ended up getting the entry, but then after that it was like, you know, a little bit too late with the flash, and then you ended up peeking a little bit too late coming in from Gplay as well. So, but so far for EnVyUs side, I was expecting. They are savings. Let's talk about it a little bit. Just coming in from Envy, like we were saying before, they are a morning team, but when you consider the fact that they are playing versus an underdog as Gplay, but you can see here that the way that Envy's playing, if they wouldn't have been playing like this versus a top tier team, when they're basically not helping each other out. You see,
no, they get punished big time right now.
They get very punished so far, and that's the reason why Gplay actually managed to get the 4 rounds that they have, because they're playing very sloppy right now, and that's something to point out coming into when EnVyUs are forced to play versus, you know, maybe a better team later on this evening. They can't do this when they play a better team.
The other thing we didn't mention as well is Gplay have back-to-back best-of-1s right now. They play Hellraisers immediately after this game.
Yeah.
So mentally, they need to stay in this as well. Picking up rounds against a team like EnVyUs. So the way it works in the best-of-1s, I'm sure they talked about it on the analyst desk, is basically the bottom 2 teams go out. So yeah. Gplay, if they go down 2 games early on, it's going to be hard for them to even have a chance of moving forward. So they need to stay in this regardless. And you're right. I mean, EnVyUs is being a little bit sloppy and handing them some opportunity. They've got guns out for the last round of the first half, although it's a bit of a forced buy. They've got FAMAS's 1 M4.
1 flash, no kit. They do have the smokes, but in this situation when you don't have anything, you need to push. You need to get that entry, because you will never be able to hold a site with the amount of maces you have.
Double long presence again this time as well, and they're going to bring over NKL. They haven't had him here before, and NKL, unaware of potential enemy territory, walks through the smoke. Unfamiliar ground and finds Happy waiting. This allows Victor to push back up on a Molotov out. Does he push through it or does he fall back? He's going to stand inside of it just a little bit, so we lose some small HP. Flash comes through. Happy knows he's there, and he's completely caught by that. Well played by Happy.
This is also very common mistake people do. You know, they throw down the smoke and they're hoping that teams will not look or, you know, not hold the smoke and say, yeah, the smoke off, I'm just going to leave. No, they don't do that. People are going to hold the smoke. And without a single flash just walking through the smoke, you're never going to win that duel. not
Yeah.
you know, not a chance.
Yeah,
So,
and again, NKL, I mentioned, hadn't played long all game, so he was probably thinking, oh, I got this figured out, no worries. Because it was actually quite passive from Victor in that place.
yeah, and I mean, when I was referring to you need to push, that was not what I had in mind.
Well, you're right. I mean, that is a good point. Very seldom do players smoke off and run. So, and that might be maybe Gplay not used to the top level experience, aren't aware of the proper execution in that play, and are used to players doing that, so they get caught for it. Either way, EnVyUs, they close out the half 11 rounds.
Yep.
And Gplay, we'll see if they can pick up their first pistol. They lost the first the starting pistol. The second half, they might have a better chance for a better start. And it's actually going to be NKL that spots the first player. It's Kiyoshima. He took a good amount of damage off those shots on the Glock 2 as he just fired through the door, so it's going to be him back toward pit with 43. That's the initial damage. Armor out on 3 players right now for EnVyUs. 1 utility. It's an HE grenade. So Happy's counting on the fact that no one's going to have armor on the opposing side. Unfortunately, 4 people do. It's only Spy Leader that doesn't, and he has a flash. So look for basically I would say Glock train and 1 flash to get them in and then rush the site to get the bomb down. It looks like A is going to be the place.
Radar, it's going to be a fake. The bomb is actually down on the B bomb side.
Nice shot by Smith. Takes down Bubble, and good call because they may just do that. They are going to get the rotation coming out of B now as well. So as long as they can keep a few alive to rotate back over, they'll give themselves a chance. Victor's won the duels. He's on top of the A site. Now the bomb will go to B, and they've already pulled back Spy Leader. So really well done by Gplay because they've got EnVyUs completely sold. And they've got 2 players only remaining. They're both committed, and Victor's just going to hold them here. He knows that. He just has to stay alive. Nice shot on Happy as well. Catches him over the edge. And this is hats off to Gplay. They've completely fooled Shocks. He's going to realize it and have to rotate back over with the bomb already down. 2 players waiting for his arrival.
He does have the kit, though.
And he picked that up as well.
This should be just setting up the crossfire here. He shouldn't be able to do this round. Here we go.
Nice shot, Dreamer. So there we go. Gplay answer back. They'll get their pistol on the T side as well. But we did say Envy would be getting 1 eco. Maybe this is one post pistol eco. So we'll see if they can do it.
Scout by here. Smith's gonna buy. Here we go. Here we go.
So
Smith's actually playing it smart. Smith's only bought. Actually, no, he bought the armor. It was a little bit of a delay, I think. I was gonna say he played it smart because he wants to buy the AWP on their 3rd round. But they are hoping indeed to win this round.
He fooled you.
He did.
He got you good.
He got me good.
He's got head armor as well. Spy Leader's already got MBK.
And that's how you counter.
This is interesting as well because a lot of the top teams are utilizing the SMGs early to build up money. Gplay, perhaps, whether it's experience or just wanting to play traditional Counter-Strike, they're going to go for rifles right now, so they aren't going to take that approach.
Yeah, and thank God, I was a bit worried there.
Were you scared?
Yeah, because he ran out. Like it was very bad, poor timing with the flashbang.
Smiths did at least get 1 back with that CZ75. NKL, AK, he goes down. Shocks, there's the scout. You talked about it, needed to go for it. Good response, though, from Bubble. Knows that he's low HP, puts the nade out. Kiyoshima. Monkey business, going to have to try and get through the window. They're not going to allow him, but they haven't got the bomb over in position yet either, so he is delaying them. 39 seconds, and bomb's down. He's dropped it. He's got himself a chance here because they have to recover that. He spotted that now as well, so he'll play passive and wait for the cross. They're going to do it solo. Man, they need to hold each other's hands right now. Play the support system. Buddy up late at night, never walk home alone, and Dreamer, he'll bail his teammate out.
I was going to say, cuddle up near the fire. Just hope for the best. But yeah, I mean, that initial frag on MBK actually saved them.
The other aspect of them all buying rifles is they lost 3 members of their team right there. Now look, they've got to go for Tech 9s.
Yeah, well, that's completely fine in this scenario because they know for a fact that EnVyUs, they bought off last round. And this is what people think, if you do win the second round, the initial second round, they can afford to, buy a little bit cheaper the coming round. What they should do here, though, is they should stick together. They should not let EnVyUs, have a stack or try get a gun or 2. That's why they got to stick together. But you see here, they're playing it smart. Dreamer is all the way in T-spawn, so he's not going to go down. They do have this one guy out long, though. Here we go. We're getting 2 here. And the bomb is just playing it safe, just watching middle, just waiting to get some information from his teammates.
Smiths gets stylish, jumping around, trying to find someone. Does spot Victor, takes down Victor. NKL, good response with the nade again, so another trade. Let's bring Shocks back from mid, though, so he'll support Kiyoshima and hold off this A site. Bomb is out toward the pit as well, so they have committed to this A play, and actually...
Yeah, you do see a triple stack coming from EnVyUs as well, so...
One above, one below, one on Cat, one in CT. And one in CT is very low on HP, but yet to go down. It's actually Shox. Now he does. Bubble does find him, and Kiyoshima's still just tapping away on the site. They haven't answered him. He's got Dreamer. Now they've got the crossfire from Happy, but the AKs reign supreme. Kiyoshima does go down to Spy Leader. NBK still wreaking havoc, and again, not so efficient. They've lost one of the AKs. That has to be recovered. NKL does find Happy, but they're going to need to recover this AK before the end of the round because they will see guns from Envy next round. And again, Envy, with only pistols, managed to take down 2, potentially more, as MBK is going to fall back.
Yeah, and EnVyUs didn't actually have a smoke round in mid that round, and you did have one player from Gplay peek in middle. I'm surprised they didn't just call, okay, there's 4 guys towards A, guys. There's 4 guys, and they still opted to go long. So that could have ended a lot worse than it actually did. If EnVyUs would have had more P250s and not just the USBs, I think Gplay would have had an even harder time to actually hit the site. But nonetheless, you know, they didn't lose the eco. So this was
That's right.
okay.
We were wrong. I'm wrong already.
Well, maybe not. You know, there's still.
But I'm going to be closer than you, so I still win.
How many did I say?
You said 3. I said 2.
Oh, did I really say 3? Oh. Yeah, I'm also not a morning person.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Noted. You look great this morning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So do you.
Oh, thank you. I tried really hard. It's like 4 a.m. at home right now, so.
Oh, yeah, you're still jet lagged a little bit.
A little bit. I'm doing okay. Kiyoshima's going to be even better. He's going to get inside pit. Already finds one. Actually, Smith took that kill away from him, but he gets the second, so they'll go 1-1 toward each other. Victor did take down Smiths, though, so they got one back at least to work with on Gplay's side, and they've got up Catwalk as well as NKL. He's going to round the corner on quad. Dreamer's there with him, but Kiyoshima's found Spy Leader. They're the only 2 remaining, and they do eventually get Shox, but Happy's going to drop the bomb as he was waiting at Goose the whole time.
Yeah, solid hold by EnVyUs. Gplay opted to go out long, a little bit delayed, so it didn't really rush long. They just waited for EnVyUs to get in position and then flash out, hoping that they already had this one guy rotating.
I'm not sure what MBK. I think the score was posted
yeah, the score,
twice.
yeah, so I think the eBot actually
glitched.
13 rounds for EnVyUs, but it should indeed be the only 12.
eBot bias confirmed.
Yeah.
He's such a temperamental dick sometimes.
I think it's made by a French person.
Oh, really?
I might be wrong,
Conspiracy. Though. This is how rumors start. Oh, I love it. They're going for the Zeus, by the way. Kio's waiting on the inside of that smoke. That is BM. He's hoping someone pushes into him.
That's worse than getting knifed.
I think it is. I think it's because now it's knife's one thing, but they invested into it.
Yeah,
so it's like, yeah, we bought this specifically because we knew we could get you.
Yep.
Let's see if it backfires. Happy's going to smoke himself onto the ramp. Prevent anyone spotting him above. Smith's meanwhile getting NKL. Good rotation from Spy Leader. Tries to get one back, and they've got him down. So he actually got inside CT from dropping on Cat. And that smoke that Happy threw for himself actually prevented him, from seeing that. So good position read from Spy Leader. Gives them the man advantage. And Kiyoshima, he might have that Zeus, but if he stays alive, he'll have to use it next round. He's not going to have the time this time. And Spy Leader's already staring him down as well, so he's trapped as the bomb's planted. And Spy Leader wins the duel, leaving just Happy left.
Very good round from Gplay. So they split beast basically. So they threw the smokes in the CT middle first towards CT spawn. They smoked off the A side as well from CT spawn. So they had 2 smokes and then one upside catwalk. EnVyUs wasn't really quite sure. Okay, where are they going here? Because they smoked off basically everything. Like, are they going B split or they pushing towards A? But it caught EnVyUs off guard and it paid out for Gplay.
We're going to get a pause this round as well from Gplay. So this could be tactical. They've got their 8th round. Obviously, can't tell the pings right now. I can't see them. Okay, eBot problem. Yeah. Shox is calling. So they actually probably were asked, to pause by the admin. So this actually won't, if that's the case, this won't deduct away from a potential tactical later because you're allowed 1. Actually, I'm not sure StarSeries rules. I know in ESEA it's 1 per half. It might be 1 per game for StarSeries.
It should be 1 per game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the most common rule set nowadays. We have basically you have 1 per map, sorry. So in the best of 3 you can have 1 timeout every map.
The issue is with eBot, if it's counting wrong, it'll end the server prematurely.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why they paused it, because they don't want that to happen. They don't want it to, go to 15, but the eBot counts it as 16, and
right.
it's game
Specifically,
over.
I mean, let's be fair. Yes, we've called out EnVyUs for being sloppy.
We do actually have a replay here. Yeah, so this is the split I was talking about. You see here coming into smoke here in a second. The smoke was actually quite delayed. Maybe that was intended, actually. That's even smarter coming in from Gplay.
Again, Spy Leader lurking in that position, though, getting in behind them before they were even aware of it. And Happy didn't spot it at all. because he was the player on A, so that allowed that to happen.
Yeah, no, I like that strat a lot, actually. So you do have that. So this is what I'm talking about before with Gplay. They might not actually be that bad then on the T side.
Are they better than you expected? They've impressed you?
No.
They have like Flaren's seal of approval.
Not yet. But
They've got more work to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's 12-8 in favor of EnVyUs right now. Looking at the money coming from EnVyUs, we will see a save here, unless, you know, EnVyUs.
EnVyUs is EnVyUs.
We're just going to buy. But they should save here. Considering their money, they could just having, so they don't have to double save.
This is actually one of those situations where the teams that get a little bit arrogant and think like, oh, we're EnVyUs, they're Gplay, we're just going to buy. That's when they actually they start to hurt themselves.
Yeah.
When they don't respect their opponent with economy and they put themselves on the back foot for the next 2 to 3 rounds. It is 12-8. Yes, I have to say EnVyUs has looked like, I would say Gplay has played more as a team, I have to say, but EnVyUs is obviously has the more skill, and that's what's carried them in the first half, and we've called them out for being sloppy. So if they stay sloppy and Gplay can keep rolling and get momentum like that, there's a chance they can bring this back.
Yeah, of course. I'm not quite sure. Did Happy actually buy this round?
I didn't catch that because I was looking at the pause.
Yeah.
I think he did save. Yeah, there was 3 left bomb detonated, so it was he saved that from last round.
Yeah. So just looking at Kiyoshima, just basing off of what we've just seen, he actually opted to buy a Deagle, so he's left with 2.2K. But then we did see the pause, so I'm not quite sure if they're going to buy anything else. So I'm not sure if we do have the E-bots sorted. Okay. So what's going to happen is, if EnVyUs ends up getting 15 rounds, you're just going to turn it off E-bot for. Yeah. Okay. So just for the remaining of the game, just so we don't get the problem.
Interestingly enough, though, Gplay did say we are ready now. So I'm wondering if they paused on their own and the E-bot issue was solved at the same time, because
maybe
they wouldn't have had to say we're ready again if the admin was the one that administrated the pause. So unless the admin said, okay, you guys can go when you're ready. So either way, irrelevant. We're back underway. It's 12-8, like you said. They are going to go. Actually, MBK forces up a scout to complement the M4 that Happy has, but aside from that, pretty much a save. Kiyoshima's gone for the Deagle. He's going to get caught by Dreamer. Push going into B tunnels early, though, so this might catch them off from behind. Spy Leader does get shocks, but Happy's still alive and lurking, and Happy's still going to get another. It's NKL to go down. It's traded immediately, though. Dreamer catches him sitting in the corner, and in this case, you can put Baby in the corner. It's going to be MBK 1-on-3.
And it does go down. Yeah, again, Gplay playing it smart, going, you know, they're sticking together. So if you do end up getting a stack like EnVyUs did there, here you see on the replay as well, EnVyUs opted to stack Catwalk, and Gplay, they're sticking together, they're holding the grounds. So even though they did have the M4 on Catwalk, they had 3-man stationed there, Gplay, they stuck together, they got Cat, and they ended up winning the round. So it's getting closer, 12-9 in favor of EnVyUs.
Envy as well has 4 smokes at the start of the round. One, as we can see, has already been deployed on the B tunnels. Dreamer, he stares away at that, hoping no one's going to push through it, as they want to get a little bit of mid-presence. Oh, shocks. That smoke goes away just too soon. He gets caught. Spy Leader gives them a man advantage. And now it's just 1 M4 and 3 FAMAS against these AKs, and up for Bubble. And he's going to use it perfectly.
Wow.
G-Player definitely taking the fight. You mentioned it before the game started that you'd read that they were definitely a T-side team. Well, they're showing that right now. A lot more orchestration and working as a unit than what we had on the CT side. Bomb's going to go down. It's going to be a 3-man save already from Team EnVyUs, because, again, they'd be right back on the save immediately after if they don't. So this will give them the option to force out the other 2 remaining players. And smartly, Gplay is not going to go for the chase. They're not going to overextend, knowing that individual skill doesn't necessarily favor them. There's no point throwing away the guns they have.
Yeah, no, and Gplay, solid round, just opting to start with a default, getting the entry on shocks in middle, and then MBK opting to push in B. But the thing is, Gplay, right after default strat, they're like, well, we're going to go in B, we're gonna B split, but we're only going to have this one guy going out middle and have 3 guys towards B. MBK, you know, with no information, opting to trying to push in tunnel, just got slaughtered. 3 guys waiting for him, they got him, and they just left the B side completely open. And just look at that money now, you know?
Yeah.
It's getting 12-10 in favor of Envy.
Dreamer's got five digits right now.
Yeah, you know, it's a solid bank. EnVyUs, they are opting to buy though, because they did save through weapons, so there's no reason not to.
Keo solo long. They've already lost one in mid. Bubble again is going to open the round. Shocks goes down. This forces the 2 A players to have to rotate early. In fact, they'll bring Smith's all the way back over to B, so 2-2 split. This gives a bit of an opportunity for Gplay to exploit the defense, but they're all stacked up right now toward the tunnels, so it looks like it'll be a potential B execution. Smoke out from MBK to prohibit that, but he's only got the pistol.
And now he's stuck in that corner.
Bubble's stuck left side as well, though, and Smith knows it, so he's popped out, got NKL. This could still fall apart. If NV can get the kills they look for, and again it's Smith's to find Bubble, so the op goes down, and suddenly Gplay realize that's not the site they're looking for. This is not the fight that they want to take, and they've thrown away 2 lives in the process figuring that out. Spy Leader, though, look at this. He lurked up mid, completely unsighted, completely undetected, and he's going to save them that round. Him getting NBK leaves Smiths alone, and Dreamer actually got that kill, but he would have had him regardless. And they get B, but watch out. Very quick flank already in place from Happy. He's already in the tunnels. Bomb not yet down. He knows it's being planted at the Fulton. Dreamer bails out his teammate. Pops up perfectly. And Kiyoshima 1-on-3. Gplay have turned this back around massively. It's going to be 1 round the difference if they can close this out, barring any magic from Kiyoshima. And it's not going to happen. Spy Leader going to bring this within 1. The Bulgarians looking more awake right now than Team EnVyUs.
Yeah, for sure. And again, the round, it was looking very grim for Gplay when you did have Smiths all the way in the back. They lost the 2 entries, and then they just were, okay, it's like, oh, I'm out mid, just wait. And it paid out, and they're playing really solid right now, and whereas for EnVyUs, they're playing a little bit sloppy, I must say.
Remember, Shocks is in the calling position again this weekend for Envy as
oh,
well.
That's actually right.
Yeah, it's not
but he
Happy.
Has been calling for a while.
Yeah, it's been since DreamHack Tour, actually, so their first home event. But just interesting to see him still in the calling position. I just turned around to see and read their facial expression to see. I mean, EnVyUs has been in situations like this before, but early in the morning, best of 1 against a potential upset. How much is this going to rattle them? They look quiet, but they look composed, so they should be able to hold strong here. Smith's just going to rotate back down towards CT. They do have 1 holding out that long. That's Kiyoshima. He's low. Well, I shouldn't say too low. He's got 52, but lower than anyone else right now in terms of health. And a slow lurk up toward Catwalk right now from Gplay. No smokes out at mid, and they do have a player in CT to be able to support, but there's no op. It's going to be Happy that's actually sitting in Goose that looked for the kill.
Yeah, they're taking their time here, Gplay as well. Sticking together as a group and just have 1 guy just lurking as long.
Victor needs to check this smoke out. That's late from EnVyUs. It's Happy that smokes himself, and Victor goes immediately through it. He takes the fight directly to Happy, and he's going to win it. Smith gets back around quickly. He catches 1, but Shocks is going to get dropped by Dreamer. How many late post-plant situation kills has Dreamer got this game? He's a monster right now. When Bubble finds Kyo, that's another player that stepped up big. Everyone in Gplay firing on all cylinders, and we're about to have a tie game. NBK at least gets 1 for salvation with the op. Rather, the scout, excuse me.
The
Scoot, the Canadian scout. I can't even say Canadian scout. It still sounds like Scoot.
Yeah, I know. Same with Mouse Sports. It's Moose Sports.
Moose. I wish there was a team called Moose Sports.
Oh, wow.
The Pride. Nice shot on Dreamer. So he's at least taking money away from Gplay. But again, we already highlighted they've got at least another round, if not 2, to work with, and they'll take that scout away. Not a huge loss for NBK. He actually wins the better of the exchanges there. But this forces NBK, or rather, Shocks to make a decision based on what they want to do money-wise. They can force easily, but how much of a force do they want to do? And it's going to be a pretty passive one.
Yeah, and considering the amount of rounds that Gplay has won, they're going to be in this situation where they have to make a decision. They're going to be stuck with 3.5. Do you want to buy? They are smart in this particular round, though. They're like, okay, we need the weapons, so we need to save. It's getting close. Just buy a pistol or 2, and just the other money, don't buy armor, except for Smiths, because it's Smiths. But he had more money than the rest, I think. But yes, I mean, right? Okay, now I'm getting impressed by Gplay.
Oh, okay, now we've got the seal. Okay,
yeah.
good. I was wondering when we would get there. Shot Kiyoshima toward the pit. Let's do a little bit of damage onto Victor. Using this Deagle, has to fall back more passively inside the site, though. Smiths is already looking for information on B. He's pushed out early, but look at the passive hold right now from the T side. They're both waiting. In fact, they're going to spot him crossing, and they're not even going to shoot. So there'll be 2 players right now at T-spawn that will have called. The rotations are already coming over. It won't even matter. Victor and Bubble are going to get all the kills required, but that bomb could easily fall back toward B. In fact, they've already spotted Smiths. They'll get him down. Now they realize it. Bomb's still going to get dropped. They'll switch out. In fact, low HP player right now. Spy Leader picks it up, and they'll send the high HP player in that position, NKL, to head in and take the fight. They'll get the nade from him to take down Kiyoshima. He has the utilities. I like that play from Gplay. No sense throwing away the bomb. No sense throwing away alive. Let's swap it and keep everyone alive, and that's exactly what's going to work. Bubble closes it out. That's conservative but smart.
Yeah, and they're taking the time. They did manage to get the 2 guys on the bomb side. Instead of rushing it, they just took their time. There you see the headshot from
in the last round.
Yeah, but Yeah, for Gplay, now we do see a full buy coming in from EnVyUs, though. And this is something that we really haven't seen on their CT side as of yet.
And Gplay have the lead. Best of one format. We knew this would favor the underdogs, and already we might be looking at an upset. It was actually MLG the last time that the best of ones really provided upsets that mattered. At least it appeared to matter on the first day. Kind of equalized on the second, but everyone was 1-1. Happy's going to take down Spy Leader.
They need to throw one flash here. There we go.
Nice shot. Doesn't select the second one, though. Dreamer stays alive, but Dreamer does go down to Shocks. Now Envy's got the 2-man advantage. First advantage they've had in a long time, and it might just be enough, as this will reset money bonus when they win it, but they have to stay efficient. Nice shot again. Bubble does drop. Couldn't win the op battle. Bomb gets planted. Happy spots him, but can't hit the kill, and he's going to actually just sit still on the site, but he's the last remaining, and Victor can't do anything against the jumping Shocks. 5 men up for Envy. Very efficient. They'll keep their guns going into the next. That's important again because, again, money bonus is going to be reset right now.
Yeah, and just getting that off up on Happy to actually hold Catwalk did such a difference for EnVyUs. They didn't really have that coming into that, so they were forced to play with rifles, and then you have Gplay just taking advantage of that. They tried it again this round, but they just got shut down.
Keep in mind, this was 11-4 for Team EnVyUs at halftime, so that's only their second round on their CT side, which isn't characteristic of Envy on this map.
Oh no, not at all.
And Kiyoshima's going to get flashed. That forces Happy back as well. Puts 2 players past the long cave, but Happy comes back just in time to catch NKL, and now it's unfortunate for Victor as he's stuck toward the dumpster and can't get back to safety. He goes down. Spy Leader at least trades it on Happy, who gets aggressive, but Dreamer's found his way onto Catwalk. Needs to take the shot against Shocks. Does successfully. They'll smoke off CT spawn. They'll push through that regardless. In fact, it's a Molotov rather than a smoke. That holds Smiths in place, but NBK gets better positioning. Bomb has gone down. And 3-3 looking for the retake. Still have long control. That's the saving salvation right now for EnVyUs, but no one's even going to head that direction. They don't want to take that fight. They want to support from Catwalk, and they're going to do it. Bubble closes the round as all the trades come in, and Gplay with 2 alive, reset money bonus, and put themselves 2 away from a potential upset GG in the first match of the entire LAN.
Yeah, and EnVyUs, let's just say this. They were lucky to not lose a single person the previous round, because they can buy this round, but smart play. It's a good overall. Like I don't know what to say about Gplay. I was gonna say that it was really sloppy in the beginning of the long push because they don't smoke off the corner, so Happy can just sit there and shoot heads basically. But then Gplay coming in 2 from Catwalk, and they just managed. Oh, that nade as well.
Massive. NBK's got 19 left. But another point you're making, by holding 2 players at long, they knew they had cat control.
Yeah, so they just basically ran up. So it was looking very grim for Gplay coming in, but then getting the people up on Catwalk, just getting the side, getting a bomb down, and then holding the afterplan was super good.
Well, Gplay's definitely shown some class. I won't read too much into it from Envy's side. It's early, but they do look sloppy, and there's been a lot of people questioning how far they've slipped. They're definitely going to have to prove themselves in this tournament, and Bubble takes down Keo up close in the smoke. Now they've got a chance to take long again. Happy misses the first shot, tries to go for it again, and unfortunately this might get him caught in an awkward position as NKL, middle of no man's land. Shocks has no idea which direction they're coming from, and again, same play. This time not only did they get Catwalk, they win long to complement it, and 1 player remaining. It's going to be match point Gplay. Already early in the morning. NBK at least gets 1. Going to take guns away from them at this point. Comes back over. This was a double op setup as well, and they just lost it all.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to save with Gplay. The Bulgarians looking to go up in this tournament.
And look at 1-0 EnVyUs as well.
So the match was stopped. We knew this was going to happen because of the E-bot issue. So there is a team on 15 because it is miscounting. So they've killed the E-bot. They'll restart. And this should keep the server live. It shouldn't reset it at all.
No, so basically they just paused the game. They shut off E-bot, and then they just basically unpause. They should just unpause here, and then we should have the game going in just a second. Yeah, so we will see. We'll go live here again. But yeah, I mean, basing off of what EnVyUs have, look at their money, right? They're going to have pistols, armor, and they're going to have nades. They're all stuck with like 1.9K to 2K.
It's dead silent right now.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they're not talking at all. Smiths is looking,
and we are live here now again as well. So
Bubble looks for the cross, but that smoke did come out. That allowed 2 to get over for free. They're going to get aggressive though, very aggressive, as Shocks is already looking at the mouth of the tunnels. If he pushes through, he's going to have a welcome party in the form of Dreamer just waiting with an AK. So needs to be calculated on that decision. In fact, he's thought better of it. He's going to slide back out toward the doors and look toward mid.
Yeah, and this is one of the rounds where Gplay, again, they know that the EnVyUs, they don't have a lot of money. They should do something together here. They should, so Victor's running out mid by himself, for example. That is a mistake. He shouldn't have done that. Yeah, sure, EnVyUs, they didn't have one there, but that could have actually cost them the round. So here we see it.
Specifically if the gun's dropped on the other side of the doors and they can't trade it.
Yeah. So it looks to be a B-split, actually. They are just holding the ground, though. We're not seeing a smoke and see the spawn. Here we go.
Change of pace, too, because the last 2 rounds they have taken cat, so they played it more passively with 2 directly on the A site. Late smoke, they wanted the peek for the rotator. No one came through. Victor, he actually loses Shocks, picks up 2. How does he manage that? Spy leader first, and Victor couldn't end that kill. Luckily, Gplay come in from the backside on the tunnels. They'll collect those 2 kills, but they're a little bit late. That allows the rotations to get in position. Smoke on window will prohibit Smiths from coming through, but a flash from Kiyosima that catches Dreamer, and he's going to take him down. It's all left inside the site as Bubble gets dropped, and Team Envy might have just bought themselves around. We said they get an eco. Well, finally, we're going to get it out of them. As NKL, what went wrong? His team just got devoured. They lost mid, they had the site, they lost the site. Dreamer couldn't do anything on the flash, and the bomb carrier went down immediately after, and NKL, Nikolai's going to have to make a smart play right now, and they've got a crossfire. Set fires away. That gives his position up. Also baits out 1. Can't land the shot, though, and that's it. Happy. Shocks, man. What a way to start that round.
Yeah, and Shocks, he was the guy at the double door. He threw the flashbang. Gplay was actually aware of that. I think, here's the flashbang coming in from Shocks. Look at the Gplay guy there. He's not flashed at all. He misses the shot. He backs up, and he just cost his teammate
the lineup. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And they just, talk about an eco at the most probable time. That was match point. That was over. And now they've got themselves guns up. They can easily force overtime in this situation. Still not a huge economy. They've got an op-out, but they've also got the scout on NBK. He's gotten kills with it in this game. You can never discount him, but it's not another rifle that they would typically go toward. And it's standard formation for Gplay. 4 AKs and 1 op. And again, they're looking for this B tunnels play.
Yeah, but a different approach this round. So they are opting for B split, but it's just going to have that one guy mid trying to catch.
And Shocks already spotted this smoke, so he's just going to watch from the doorway. Easy shot on Spy Leader, who lurks out. No smoke no flash to get him in position. And now NBK, he's just got to hold tunnels. Shocks will come over to support, and the rotations are already coming around. Shocks doesn't even want to enter, and he's going to get 1 from the window. They need to get the bomb in position. They've thrown it over, and Shocks goes in prematurely. Dreamer gets the kill this time, but the bomb, it's just sitting there waiting to be grabbed because there's no one to pick it up. Now they do, and this puts a lot of pressure on Dreamer to hold the angle at door to not allow EnVyUs to work through. And they've got the man advantage. No, take it back. They don't. Envy loses it. Bubble brings it back to a 2-on-2. Happy, a nice shot with the op, though. Through the smoke, through the flash. Bubble wins the 1-on-1 that he takes with Happy. It leaves Keo to come back, and the bomb still ticking away. Keo has to win this fight. He cannot do it. Gplay, they upset EnVyUs. And much like CLG, it's Dust 2 that they lose the best of 1 on, and Gplay are the spoilers this time. What a start to the tournament by them.
That was a 4-on-2.
Insane.
Shocks with 3 massive kills, just opting to run into B. Gets shut down. Gplay, then 2 versus 2 bomb down, just holding the half time. Great 1 versus 2 from Bubble there as well. And I mean, I am genuinely impressed by Gplay.
100%. Their teamwork was great.
Yeah, being down 11-4 versus a team like EnVyUs, you could tell on EnVyUs in the beginning of this either half though they were feeling very confident, playing very sloppy, and Gplay, they took massive advantage of that. And here we go, first upset of the day, and it's the first game as well.
And it's an upset against the defending champions. It's the complete underdog in the tournament, who we said have back-to-back matches. They now go against Hellraisers, and I said they needed to avoid the 0-2. They've got a great chance. I mean, these guys are on Cloud9 right now.
Yeah.
Actually, let's hope they're not on Cloud9, because that might not be, in Counter-Strike, that's not necessarily a great position to be on. Let's just hope they're riding high.
I like that we do have the North American here, actually pulling North American.
Exactly. I think I'm in a position to do that. They look good lately, I'll give them that. But this is going to give them a massive amount of confidence going against Hellraisers, and that could be absolutely huge.
Yeah, for sure. And for EnVyUs, they're not a morning team.
Guys, into you.
But